Hi everyone, welcome to the 4th episode of Pass Shoot Podcast. Alongside Chris, I am Anthony.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Drink responsibly unless you're listening indoors, which you wouldn't be because it isn't live. But
That's true. That's true.
Anyway,
hopefully you listen to it today and you're still drinking. So stay indoors.
No Alex again this week, and I don't think next week. Family matters.
Mm-hmm.
No show pun there.
Yeah.
But let's get right into it. Your Rangers, how'd they do?
They're having a little tough go at it now because this road trip started very promising last Sunday against the Caps. Good win. Then stinker against Buffalo, a game they should have won against Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday I don't even consider a hockey game because it was just a joke.
Who did they play yesterday?
They played the Penguins.
Oh, 3-0, right?
It was a solid 3-0 win for the Penguins because of Bo Bennett and all these other scrubs who shouldn't be any good, but they're only good because of the Penguins. That's it. It's not a. They're not in a good spot right now. Granted, they have game or two in hand on people, and it's just they haven't found their identity yet. We talked about this the last time, and they're running out of time now.
But they're not even gaining ground, and they're not losing ground. They're like status quo right now.
Pretty much. Well, they were in 8th. Now they're not.
They're stuck in neutral. I see.
Yeah.
I mean, but 8th. We were talking before the show. I mean, the Devils are in 7th. I think. I have the standings up here. I had them for. I know from 7th from the Devils to what we said. The Flyers are 12th or 10th.
Yeah, something like that.
There's a 5-point difference.
Yeah, I mean it's anybody's game, anybody's season. You got to make a move. Only 3 teams are breaking away from the pack.
8th is Carolina.
8th is Carolina,
and they have 31 points. Rangers have 28.
Only 3 teams are breaking away from the pack right now. The Penguins and Montreal and the Bruins. And that's a good sign if you think about it. Let them break away. Let them be there. Let them do their own thing and be at the top of the standings.
Yeah.
Everybody else just has to find their identity and their spot right now.
We saw it last year. It's when you catch fire.
Exactly.
Standings don't really matter. I mean, it does matter in terms of matchups, but
absolutely.
An 8 can be a 1. Can be a 1. Very, very easily.
100%.
Right.
And as far as the Rangers go, they're still stuck in that thought that, all right, maybe we have to be last year's team. All right, you're not going to be.
Yeah,
and this is a product of John Tortorella. He has to change who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to, because he's riding his horses too much. He's he's giving Derek Stepan 23 minutes a night. I mean, like the guy, don't get me wrong.
Can he handle it?
I don't know if he can yet. You're giving Carl Hagelin 20 minutes a night. You're not playing Gaborik to the best of his ability out, putting him in the right spot for him to succeed.
Right.
You're giving minutes to Michael Haley. The other night, I think it was in Buffalo, he played 11 minutes. I mean, really? Michael Haley? You don't have anybody else out there? You got to do something to get the most out of your guys. He's not doing it yet.
Is it maybe dressing a 7th defenseman maybe helping? Has he done this?
He hasn't dressed a 7th defenseman.
No, I don't know if that would help.
I mean, for starters, you should not be dressing Roman Hamrlik anymore.
Yeah, that was a weird
It was
pickup.
an interesting signing, but he's not at the proper conditioning, and he's old, and he's slow. Yesterday was a perfect example.
He's like 38, isn't he?
He's something like that. He's like 37, 38. Yesterday there was the one play where Rangers were setting up something in the zone. Puck bounced over him at the blue line, led the other way, and would score. It's like, granted, I know what you're trying to do with the signing, but he's not helping you out there.
Right.
Why can't Matt Gilroy play?
Has he been scratched?
Yeah, he's been scratched the last couple of games. Granted, not having Stahl is a killer.
Yeah, what's up? Anything with him?
He'll be back in like a week and a half.
He will be back.
It's what it looks like. He's going to make a full recovery and everything, but it's looking like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
The puck didn't catch him flat. It caught him like.
It got him like in the eyebrow.
In the eyebrow?
And it caught part of his eye. Yeah, it was like eyebrow eye, and
it could have been worse.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't wear a visor.
No,
he will now.
He's going to.
Yeah, he probably will now.
Speaking of that, you had a guy like Brooks Orpik. Never worn a visor in his life. All of a sudden, he's wearing a visor now.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? Something like this opens your eyes.
I didn't get to watch the Devil game yesterday, but apparently Pierre Harold took a slap shot to the visor.
I saw that.
And it still hit him or something?
Yeah.
Or maybe just a pressure hit the helmet?
I think it was just like it was resonating. Yeah. I did see that where Harold
that could have been career-ending right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Was it a slap shot? It was a slap shot from...
Slap shot, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
scary sometimes.
It's a dangerous game, and if there is a precaution that you can take, you got to do it.
The best part is he missed like 3 shifts.
Yeah.
He came back.
He scored a goal yesterday.
Peter Harold. Yeah.
He scored a goal. He scored a power play goal.
Yep.
But the thing with the Rangers is that they're still stuck on trying to be last year's team.
Right.
They're not. It's the same thing I'm harping on.
And you got to think that if we see this, you have to think that the higher ups see that.
You think. I don't know if they're going to make a move. I mean, who the hell knows? they're getting good enough goaltending. I think Lundqvist hasn't been all world like he usually is. He's been good.
He hasn't been what he's been. I
Exactly.
think his rebound control could be a lot better.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that. Rebound control could be better. He shouldn't go handle the puck.
Right. Yeah.
But if you need him to make a ridiculous save, he'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it the other night in Buffalo. It was insane.
Right.
But he's not hurting you out there. You're not getting any production from your top guys. I mean, Nash is Nash. He's fine. He's doing all right.
Right.
Richards, you're not getting anything from him. Gabrick, it's hit or miss. The guys that are driving you are Stepan, Callahan, and Hagelin. These three guys.
18 points.
Yeah, Stepan's having a great year. I mean, they're putting him in a top role. He's thriving to an extent, but I don't think he should be out there 20-something minutes a night.
Stepan.
Yes, because there are just other guys. You need production from Brian Boyle. You need production from Taylor Pyatt.
Right.
He started off great in early in the season, but he's
Four
cooled
goals,
down.
2 assists at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good start to the year. Pyatt, he helps you on the boards. He's good along the boards. He always comes out with the puck, but that gets you nowhere if the puck doesn't go in after that. If you have to make a play after that, I think they're relying a little too much on JT Miller. I do like the fact that he's playing, but you got to try and find a better option somewhere. I don't know.
How has he looked in his brief tenure here?
He looks like any rookie would look.
Yeah.
Flashes of brilliance, and then
lots of
stumbles. You know, it's the same problem that Kreider had. Granted, Kreider did not have the proper sample of play.
5 minutes a night.
5 minutes a night is not going to
with a goon on his wing.
Exactly. Yeah, but Kreider on the fourth line with Aaron Asham and
Mike
stuff.
Rupp, yeah,
and Mike Rupp.
Yeah.
No, not going to help. But yeah, they have problems. It's got to start to turn around Monday night, tomorrow night. They got to beat the Hurricanes. They have to.
Got a big 2-game set
Yeah.
here. Carolina,
Hurricanes
they're
and the
looking up at
Devils.
Carolina and looking up against the Devils on
Got to
Tuesday.
win these games now. No
Yeah.
more messing around. So they got a long way to go, and I'm sure you have stuff to say about your New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, I do. I can actually probably just copy and paste everything you said.
Oh, that's not really fair.
No, I'm not going to.
Are you going to pay me some royalties?
Yeah, I might. I'm paying you in beer. Shut up.
Hey!
I'll
take it.
By the way, Magic Boy, Circus Boy, Magic
Hat, Circus Boy.
Thank you
It's
very
a
much.
Hefeweizen.
Magic
It's yummy.
Boy. Wow. Anyway, like I said, I can copy and paste everything you said. That was against Kent by a goal. I said that in the you can go back to the first or second show we had. When the Devils had just beaten Philadelphia and they were still on that great opening swing that they had. They were playing terrible. That Philadelphia game, or maybe the game beforehand, I'm not sure who it was against. I think it was Toronto. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think Toronto sounds right.
Yeah, they were playing bad from then until probably the fourth game of the slide that they had. That's when, and then they started playing good. Sometimes I don't want to say great, but they did have their flashes of brilliance.
Yes,
they become I like the advanced stats, like the Corsi values and the Fenwick values. They've been a very good Corsi value team and a very good Fenwick team, which is shots blocked, shots forward. It's a weird thing. I'm not going to.
That hurts my brain.
Yeah, but I like the advanced stats. It shows you more than shots on goal, goals scored. It's the Devils are a good possession team. They are. They were last year with DeBoer with his system.
Yes,
they are this year. They're not getting. They're getting their shots. They're not getting lucky.
No, they're not getting a bounce.
They're so snake bitten as a whole.
Well, look at the last minute of yesterday's game.
Like I said, I didn't get to see, but I know Henrique had a wraparound. Elias got robbed with a glove.
The last two games.
Yeah.
I think it was the game against the Flyers. You had Zidlitsky right above the crease.
Yeah.
And the puck, it lands on Brzgalov's stomach.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a game of
And the shot before that goes an inch of the post.
Yeah.
They got to get their power play to work.
Absolutely.
They have to get the power play to work.
Power play is key in this league. You're gonna get calls, and you're gonna go on a power play. You got to make it work.
I'm pretty sure they have more goals shorthanded than they do on the power play.
That's a good
sign. Yeah.
Shorthanded goals are nice.
Yeah. But you need your power play has to be a strength.
Yes.
Be average. I'll be okay with having an average power play. I don't know what their rank is right now.
I don't know what it's like to have an average power play.
Yeah,
I don't know what that.
I haven't either. Since 2001, I don't think they've had a good power play.
Devils have a little bit better power play than the other team, just the Rangers.
Do they?
No. I think the Ranger power play's in single digits, man. I don't want to hear it.
I mean, the Devils are probably something like 20th. It's not good.
But it only takes a big game on the power play to get that up.
A 3 for 4 night,
a 3 for 4 night is helpful. It's helpful for your psyche, and it's just helpful for everything.
Yeah, you need one of those nights where everything seems to go in.
I mean, I don't know. I never played in the NHL. Don't get me wrong. But if I were to play, I would think, you know what? we have 5, they have 4. We have to score.
Yeah.
Don't
like, there's a weakness somewhere. Find
yes.
it. You know.
Don't be cute. Just get the puck on net. That's what the Devils have to do.
And the Devils have one of the best. Well, he was one of the best power play coaches in Matt Shaw. With San Jose, he had them one first or second in like 3 years in a row. Comes over here, like I like what they do. They just don't convert. And
Snake bitten.
So many times they can't break the zone.
Yeah.
So many times they don't get a shot on net. Like that's my biggest problem with this team right now is
I don't think they have a true power play defenseman. The Devils.
like a quarterback.
Yes, a true power play defenseman.
I would agree with that.
That's a problem. I think every team's got to have one guy who is your power play quarterback.
They have Kovalchuk where he's supposed to be on that left point on the power play.
He's your forward at the point.
Yep.
That's fine.
You have Elias on the sideboard where he's supposed to be.
Yep.
Clarkson up front where he's supposed to be.
Yep.
And Zajac somewhere in the middle to sideboards on the other side where Kovalchuk is.
Yeah. And who's your defenseman?
Sidlitsky.
I don't think he's a true quarterback.
No.
I think
he's their best offensive defenseman, don't get me wrong. But maybe on the second unit as a shooter.
I think he's a second defenseman on a power play.
Yes.
That's how I see him. Absolutely.
He's a shooter. He doesn't really quarterback.
Yeah, he doesn't carry the puck up or anything
I think they want Adam Larson to be that because he does get some power play time.
Mm-hmm.
I would throw Andy Green out there.
Why not?
He'll look to pass every time, and he won't hurt you defensively.
Why not? Yeah.
He won't hurt you offensively.
It's not a bad option.
Yeah. I think it's a personnel thing.
Yeah. I agree with you. That if they had a proper
right.
But then again, what's the definition of a proper power play quarterback?
Right. Zorya Gonchar. That is my.
In his heyday, yes. Not now.
No. With the Penguins, when they were. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'd say, or even with the Capitals,
Mm-hmm. I think a guy like Duncan Keith is a good power play quarterback.
I can see that too. Yeah.
Even and Mike Green.
Which I'm wearing Mike Green jersey. Yes. You have your Toronto St. Pat's jersey on, which I love.
Celebrating the day. Yes. But there are certain. I mean, nobody's going to be a power play quarterback like Paul Coffey used to be.
Right. Yeah.
He stands behind his own net.
Did he score 40 one year as a defenseman? Yeah. I'm pretty sure he did. Right. Yeah.
Paul Coffey was disturbingly good.
Yeah.
And
best offensive defenseman ever.
Oh. Well.
That's a debate.
No? I don't think he's the best offensive defenseman ever.
Even statistically, I don't think he is. He might be.
Statistically, maybe.
Yeah, I actually don't know his stats.
I mean, there's only one obvious choice for that. Bobby Orr.
Okay, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Orr is definitely number one in that category, and then Coffey's 2, and then you have everybody else. I mean, that's how I see it. Yeah. Offensive defensemen were much more prevalent back in the day, back in the 80s, 70s and the 80s.
Like, even Scott Stevens scored 70 points a season,
Yeah, it could happen. But now, I mean, I don't know what the Devils have to do for that. I mean, I would give Andy Green a shot.
A lot of people have been, and I'm going to steer away from power play for a second. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are blaming Hedberg, and I don't think it's just.
I don't know how you can blame him.
Some goals, yes. But it's hard to play. He's playing. His mistakes are so magnified when a team can't score. You obviously know what the Devils are going through.
The goalie comes under fire when your team doesn't score.
It's added pressure, which these guys don't need. And no goaltender needs pressure,
Mm-hmm. When was the last time Hedberg played a stretch like this?
I think the stat was like 2001, something like that, with the Penguins, I think.
And that's
either
crazy.
The Penguins or Atlanta.
Yeah, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. I mean, what is he? He's 40 now too, right? Hedberg?
39, I think.
39. That's a lot to ask for.
He's up there, yeah.
He's not used to playing these kinds of games and these kinds of minutes. So I think he's doing well.
Yeah.
Put it to you this way. The Devils are not in, I don't think, a worse position, really, if you think about it, than when Brodeur got hurt.
No, I don't think so either. I think these problems Brodeur might steal you a couple saves.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're giving up 2 goals a game, that's good.
You should win.
Yes. Devils can't score 2 goals a game.
That's a problem.
That's the problem.
And like you said,
the problem is the goal scoring. But the thing I don't get is they're getting all this offensive pressure, but no shots.
They have Ranger syndrome. They have Ranger syndrome. And all it comes down to is you simplify the game.
Yes, exactly. I absolutely agree with you.
Instead of having Kovalchuk try to weave his way through defensemen, dump it down the boards. You'll have somebody go chase it.
Especially with the forecheck.
Manufacture a goal. Yeah, the Devils can forecheck.
Yes.
Absolutely. They can.
That's one thing I am very confident in. They will forecheck you to death.
So if you think that's one of your strengths, you got to use it.
Yes,
you will manufacture a goal.
I mean, I hate the dump and chase, but
sometimes you have to go.
Sometimes it works, and the Devils make it work. They made it work last year.
Mm-hmm. That's like with the Rangers. Like that's why a guy like Carl Hagelin is super important.
That speed.
You can use the dump and chase to your advantage.
Yeah, just dump it in his corner, he'll get it.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
even if you're dumping it 5 feet behind the red line, you're starting from there. He'll go get it and wait for everybody else
Yeah,
to
what
get
you're gonna
down.
do? You're gonna get it into. Let's say you dump it into the corner or behind the net.
Yeah.
Defenseman's gonna have a forward on him already. He's gonna chip it behind the net.
Yep.
You're gonna get your forward there. He's gonna chip it somewhere else. Either your defenseman on that same board or your center is gonna be there.
That's how you manufacture
Set up shop from there,
offense.
right?
That's how you manufacture offense.
Sometimes I think they look for that perfect shot, and I
You
keep
don't
saying
need to.
this. I keep alluding to the friggin' the finals flop. That's why, where I think they lost it is where they just couldn't. They look for that perfect shot when it's just a shoot. Just shoot.
You're not going to know if you can score if you don't shoot the puck.
Exactly. So I mean,
just try to put it on net at all costs.
they're not looking bad.
No,
They're not looking great either.
they're right there.
Yes.
They're there.
I mean, people thought that maybe when they dropped the 5 on the Flyers the other night that was maybe going to be the turnaround. And I was like,
Well, I mean, it was a nice showing,
yes. I mean,
but then the shootout loss
to Philly,
was hurt.
yes,
You
and
know?
then losing last night 2-1 hurt.
Yes,
But-
absolutely.
It could definitely.
But then again, you're playing Montreal. Montreal's been lights out this year.
Yeah.
It's not an easy game.
and it's a rivalry game going
Yes.
down to the and the Montreal game was the second night of a back-to-back.
Yes,
So-
absolutely.
I mean,
So-
I know they're professional athletes and stuff, but they're human.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I'll say this: if Brodeur was playing right now, I'm pretty sure they would have won a couple more games just on him alone.
Even in the shootout games,
just
they
in the
probably-
shootout.
Yeah,
I mean, Hedberg isn't a great shootout goalie, but
not
I
this year.
can't
he's
use
not.
what?
Not this year. He's not.
No, but I just don't want to use him as the scapegoat. It's like it's not fair. I don't think it's saying like chastising Johan Hedberg's the right way to
Yeah,
go.
which
It's-
I don't think so either.
It's not the right.
I mean, Brodeur, Tolinder, and
it's a
Zubris.
team sport.
Yeah,
It's a team
they've
sport.
the 3 guys I just mentioned: Zubris, Brodeur, and Tolinder have all been skating.
Zubers hurts missing him. Absolutely.
It's so funny. Like when he went down, is like where this all correlated.
Mhm.
So I mean, maybe he's the big cog in the offense. You know.
You never know. I never thought I'd say that about Dinah
Yeah,
Zubers.
right. Yeah, I know. He's a great supplemental guy. He's a great
Yeah.
compliment. But I guess they miss him. Maybe I don't know. I hope so because he should be coming back soon. Brodeur should be coming back soon.
He's skating.
Yes,
He's
they're-
not
they're
practicing,
skating.
but
yeah.
he's skating.
Especially with the back. Especially
It's
when
been
he's,
such a weird turn of events, though.
Yeah.
Because I would have thought he would have been back really
they said
soon.
day to day when it happened.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he even dressed. I think for one of the games.
Day to day is the most dangerous thing you can
Yep.
say.
Didn't they give someone a day to day who didn't wind up coming back? I don't know who it was. It was like a Mark Savard or something like that.
Yeah.
They said day to day. He hasn't played a game since or something like that.
Because even if you're out 4 months, it's still like a day to day kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's day to day.
Yeah.
I'm day to day. You're day to day.
Speaking of day to day, did you
Yes.
see the Corey Perry hit last week?
Yeah, I did. I did.
What do you think that was the right amount of games?
You know what? I want to say this. I think we should just abolish the whole phone hearing thing.
Yes, thank you. I was just about to say the same thing.
Just
Thank you.
Get rid of it.
That's a good 15, 20 games.
In-person hearing,
Yes.
it should be the norm.
Or even why
and
is
then
it?
everything's fair game.
Or even if it's over the phone, why does it have to only be?
Yeah. Why
like-
do you have to have?
I mean, you're bitching and moaning.
exactly.
That you're trying to save costs and stuff on jet fuel and massages, Gary Bettman, and then why don't you just call? You know, pick up the phone.
Either you do one or the other. Either you say you're going to have only in-person hearings,
Right.
or you have only phone hearings,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
there's
no
limit.
minimum.
There's no
Right.
There's no
I agree.
like phone hearings maximum is 5 games.
Yeah, I
If
mean-
you're going to do just phone hearings, you got to be able to throw the book at them.
Right. I agree. I think Corey Perry should have been suspended for about 20 games.
Oh, you know what? You got to make somebody. They're not going to do it.
I mean, it was a late hit. I don't think it's as late as people are thinking, but it's absolutely a late hit. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He hits him directly in the head. There's no need for it.
No.
At all.
It's a needless.
And I'm pretty sure he left his feet too.
Probably.
So I mean,
Well-
4 games. He's probably back already. Like
This is what we have to get used to, though.
yeah.
It's like
Unfortunately,
it's sad. Well, look at the other night, Devils Flyers.
Braden Shen?
When Braden Shen
Left his
launched himself.
I was saying it to my fiance. I was like, I don't think that was really suspension worthy. He does leave his feet though, and he takes a direct run at him.
But here's
So, I
my
mean,
thing. It's like if you see a guy that like automatically launches himself, that's got to be a red flag. You should automatically give him a 1-game suspension.
Especially with a
Because when
guy
you launch
who
yourself,
has-
you're trying to hurt.
And he has suspension past.
Does he?
You know,
Braden Shen?
yes.
Oh,
I
I didn't know
think
that.
this year actually.
Hmm.
This year or last year. Yeah, I mean he's only been in the league 2 years, so.
That's true. He's only been around for a little bit. But like once you launch yourself, though, anything can happen.
Right.
If you don't launch yourself, you're fine.
luckily Peter Harold braced himself. He's not having a good.
What a weekend for Peter
Yeah,
Harold.
for Peter Harold.
And he scored a power play
And
goal.
he scored a power play goal and
It's
missed
like,
maybe
really?
3 shifts with almost his life ending. That's
Yeah, he's
awesome.
almost died twice.
Yeah.
But yet he scored a goal. It's like, hey, nice work, Peter Harold.
So there's trade rumors with Corey Perry, as always with star players in their contract years.
Yeah.
I know the Rangers were linked.
Yeah,
I'm sure all 30 teams are linked.
everybody's
you know.
linked to him. It's just.
I mean,
except
I know
Anaheim.
Toronto thinks they're getting him, so
Well,
Toronto's,
I think Toronto was banking on the whole Randy Carlyle thing, trying to tie to. Oh, seriously.
Nah, I agree.
Carlyle liked him as a player,
Mm-hmm.
so try not to persuade him.
Did he have him for his 50-goal year? I'm pretty sure he did, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
What would he? I mean, what would he draw?
Well, what did Getzlaf get?
He got the maximum years. I think he got 8 years. I think.
Mhm. Look it up.
64.
I want exact numbers,
Okay, let me get cat keep.
because then that'll try to make us figure out what Corey Perry is deserving of.
Do you think they're comparable? Two different.
They're
players.
different players. Perry's the sniper. Getzlaf's the playmaker.
Getzlav's his annual hit is 8.2.
I don't think Perry should get that. I don't think Getzlaf should get that. Personally,
That's got to be close to the maximum, though.
that's a lot. Yeah, I think it's definitely close to the maximum.
Yeah. Getzlav's goes to 2021, so I'm assuming that's going to be an 8. I think that's an 8-year deal. It is, because that was one of the ones where it's, if he was a free agent, he can only get 7.
Yeah.
With that new rule.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm actually warming up to that rule. I think the 15-year contracts are cool for a lure, or whatever to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
8 years is fine.
8 years is not the end of the world. 8 years is not the end of the world. It's just it's hard.
I mean, if you ever want a Stanley Cup in those 8 years,
that's true.
you might need to start
You got to rethink your
rethinking
situation.
things. Yeah. So I think the years I'm fine with Getzlav.
The cap number is the
Cap
problem.
is. I think. I guess. I know Corey Perry's making 5 now. They're actually even.
Mm-hmm.
So this might be a good comparable status.
Yeah.
Getzlav right now this year is making 5.3, so is Corey Perry, and Bobby Ryan is making 5.1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he signed for a couple years. I didn't know that.
Ryan,
I thought Ryan was a free agent next year.
I think they brought him back. Yeah.
But yeah,
It's tough.
what does Corey Perry demand?
I don't know. I mean, he's gonna get at least 6.
I
He's
think
probably gonna get close to 8.
I think close to 7.
He's probably gonna get close to 8.
7.5, 7.
Yeah. But he's restricted, or is he unrestricted? He's gonna be.
UFA.
He's gonna be unrestricted.
Yep.
Okay. So
he'll get around 8.
now you got to see what Anaheim is gonna do. Do
they
have
trade them? Because they're in there. I mean,
They're not gonna trade him.
No, I don't think
so.
I wouldn't either. Especially because they're so close. They're one of the top 3, aren't they? They're a division leader.
They're second overall in the league. I think.
Yeah.
They're gonna go
because
for
when
it.
Chicago was going on their run, I think Anaheim had an 11-game run or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Anaheim
15.
was so far under the radar, and they were having a tremendous season.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't.
Because of the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
But I don't think Perry's going to go anywhere this year. He's not going to get traded. Oh, it was a nice knee on knee.
Yeah, Sunday hockey on NBC, big knee on knee. And
This is part of the new NBC division in my own mind. There it is.
Penguins,
Feature game,
Penguins, Boston.
Penguins Bruins. Penguins Bruins, yeah. But, Bo Bennett, my favorite, yeah. But I don't think... If the Ducks bring back Perry, it's going to be less than what Getzlaf get. If Perry goes somewhere else, it's going to be as much as Getzlaf got.
I would agree with that.
Because it has to be less for Anaheim. It's got to be.
You can't make more than your captain,
No, it's got to be less because they're going to be tied up. They're going to have.
You can't make more than your captain when he's a point producer. I should say that.
But Getzlaf has been a different player over the last few years. He hasn't put up as many points.
He didn't score the goals, but he's
but
put up the points.
They're completely different players.
Yes. I don't think Getzlaf has the grit, and I don't think Perry matches with the skill.
I don't think.
Which Corey Perry has a lot of skill.
Yes.
But I mean, I think I would out of the two, I think Getzlaf is more skilled.
I agree with you. Yes. It's a tough call. I mean, I don't know if Perry's ever going to put up another 50-goal season again. He could.
Yeah, I very well could.
He very well could, but you don't know. That's why it's.
So you think he's still in Anaheim?
I think Anaheim's going to bring him back. You
think he's going to get re-signed?
Yes. Yeah, I think Anaheim will bring him back.
I would say the same thing. I mean, I don't know if they're notorious for letting people walk, which I don't think, because they have Paul Kariya on, but that's Teemu Solani walk. So
that's true.
But I think the one
they brought Solani back again.
Yeah, which I don't want him to ever retire.
I don't want him to ever retire. He's my favorite.
I mean, their forwards, they're pretty stacked with the forwards. I mean, they might try to let him go just to save him cap. Well, Bobby Ryan in a couple years, but he's been more linked to the trade rumors.
How much is Solani making this year?
Not a lot.
What is it?
4.5.
Okay. What's Saku Koivu making?
3.8.
Boom. There's Corey Perry. Those two guys
Those two
retire.
guys right there, and they're both free agents.
Those two guys retire after this season.
Yeah.
You have Corey Perry back.
Yeah, they have a lot of free agents coming up. David Steckel. Oh, that was a good trade, by the way. Did you see that trade?
Yeah, I heard about
Like
that.
David Steckel for like a 7th-round pick or something like
What
that.
the hell? Steckel's
I will say the Devils stole that deal from Toronto.
Yeah.
4th-round pick.
That's not bad.
But they turned that 4th-round pick into Ben Thompson, who hasn't really done much.
I don't even know who Ben Thompson is.
Prospect.
Okay. Got it.
Prospect.
You're the prospect man.
Yeah.
But if Koivu and Solani retire, Perry's back.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Because the money
I
matches.
think so too.
The money matches.
Yeah.
Because then they can get in role players and whatever.
The thing that he's not restricted, so they can't like match anything.
No.
But I think Corey Perry stays.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see him go somewhere else. Because like Toronto, I could see him going to any of the Canadian teams.
I could too.
You know, he'd be an interesting fit in Winnipeg. I think.
Nice.
Because I think they're on the up.
I think so too.
They're in first place starting today.
They are.
Unfriggin' believable.
Unbelievable. All right,
Let's go Jets.
I think that's where we're going to leave this segment,
Okay.
which, by the way, we didn't allude to. We're going to try something different for this episode. We're going to put, I think, 3 different segments we talked about to see if, it's a lot easier to follow around.
Yeah.
You know? All right,
You guys can pick and choose your segments that you like.
We're going to label it, what we talked about, and stuff, make it
Yeah.
easier for you guys, because,
Feedback, please.
Yeah, please. But that's going to be this segment. Good job, Chris.
Thank you,
Good
Ant.
job.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you guys in segment 2.